up, everybody? My name's John, his name's Matt, and we are the hosts of the Two Words Podcast, and we are here on the day before Royal Rumble, giving our predictions.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited as well. So for those of you who may not have been following us in the podcast, which why not? Why have you not been doing that? That's who's not doing that? Who? If you haven't been following us, Matt and I have decided that we're going to turn a few of the major pay-per-views, not every pay-per-view, but we're going to do a few of the major pay-per-views.
At least the big four.
Yeah, at least the big four.
Yeah.
And we may throw in some of the other AEW pay-per-views, but they only do like 4 a year.
Right. So I think at least the big one with the AEW.
All in? Is All In their big one?
Okay. Is it All In or is it? Yeah, I would think it'd be All In. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But Double or Nothing was also a really big one because that was their first official AEW pay-per-view, wasn't it? Wasn't it Double or Nothing? When Moxley appeared at the end and everything? I'm pretty sure it was.
Whichever one it was.
They're confusing everybody with the constant casino themed.
But they have a theme. They have a full theme across, except for Revolution.
Right.
And Full Gear. So I guess they don't have a thing. Anyway, so Matt and I are going to be giving our predictions, and whoever gets the most predictions during our live stream correct is going to win this shiny new, going to be the inaugural Two Words Podcast champion. That's going to be me.
I'm excited. Probably will.
And so today we're giving our locks. We're locking it in. We're placing our bets, and we're going to see where the dice roll. And so, Matt, what is our first match that we're predicting today?
All right, well, let's stop. Let's start from the top and roll down here. Yep. So we'll have the WWE Universal Championship, which is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. What are your thoughts here? We'll go back and forth on who does the first pick.
Yeah.
Too.
In a regular match, I'd almost be sure to put Kevin Owens. But it's a last man standing match.
That's true.
And I feel like, and those are no disqualifications, which means that Roman Reigns can do something hinky.
True.
But I'm still going to stick with Kevin Owens.
Really?
I'm going to stick with Kevin Owens.
Okay.
I'm trying to hear Roman Reigns say, "I quit."
Is it an I quit match or is it a last man standing?
The last man standing. So
that's not. Yeah, you just got to be knocked out for a count of 10, right?
I'm gonna lock in Kevin Owens.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go Roman Reigns, and here's my thoughts on what's gonna happen.
Now, my big thing with picking Kevin Owens is because Kevin Owens has to win in order for we have one that's gonna be like our crazy thing, right? We have like a crazy, didn't we? We just cut that part out.
We kind of cut that part out.
Okay, we cut that part
out. Surprise entrance.
Surprise entrance. Never mind. So I'm still going with Kevin Owens.
Okay.
But I'll talk about that later.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm thinking Roman is, again, for the same reason you said, it's a no disqualification. And while I don't think they'll go exactly the same route of just having Jay come out and mess around, I think instead it's going to go further than that, and we will see Jimmy also, and it will be both returning.
You think Jimmy's joining the table?
I do think. I think that's going to be the big surprise.
I wouldn't hate that.
So I'll go Roman, and so you're going KO. All right.
So one of us is getting a point.
All right. Next up is Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg for the WWE Championship. There's a lot to think on for this one.
Yeah.
About what they want to do come WrestleMania.
Moving forward.
I'm going to pick... Gosh. Dang it. See, this is a really hard one.
It is a hard one. And here's why it's hard. Because if it inside of 2 minutes, it's a toss-up. After 2 minutes, it's Drew McIntyre.
Right. Now, here's my thought. I think and this will tie into later, but I think Goldberg is going to win. And then I'll just go ahead and lock this in later. I think the Miz is going to cash in and beat Goldberg for it. My thoughts proceed in this fashion. Drew McIntyre and Goldberg actually do have a very long, drawn-out, slobber knocker type match. Goldberg just barely wins. Maybe wins because Miz and Morrison get involved or whatever and unfairly get Drew out, something like that. Miz cashes in. Maybe they knock out Goldberg right before he cashes in. Then he wins it, goes off. Then Fastlane, we got Goldberg versus Miz because Goldberg was technically the champion and deserved the rematch. He takes it back, and then Drew gets his rematch at WrestleMania. Same match, but
with Goldberg?
Goldberg having the title at this point, and Drew wins it back. That's my thought process.
Okay.
What I've convinced myself is a possibility. So I'm going to go Goldberg, technically.
Okay. I'm gonna go McIntyre. Because I think that Goldberg wants to do more than just be a belt transfer.
But what else could he be? He's not going to stick around to be on the roster all year.
I don't know. I don't think now is the time. I absolutely
agree with you that they shouldn't take it off Drew right now.
I think that you're correct that the Miz will probably cash in.
Yeah. Do you want to go for that one too? Just answer that question.
I think he's going to cash in.
Okay, me too.
There's a part of me that thinks he's...
We're not picking if he wins. We're just saying, is he going to cash it in?
I think he's going to cash in, but I think that it's going to be some sort of another one of those, oh, I didn't really cash it in, I get it back.
I don't know.
I'm going to go it gets cashed in because it's been almost a year. He's only got one more pay-per-view to...
Right. Well, technically he could do it at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, he could.
Because that's what Rollins did.
That's true.
That's a great ending.
That's true.
That's a fantastic ending to that pay-per-view.
That was fantastic.
All right, so we're both thinking he's going to cash in. You're going to pick Drew. I'm going to pick Goldberg for the WWE Championship.
Yep.
All right, WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Asuka and Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
I'm going with Jackson Baszler.
Really?
Because there's no reason to keep it on Asuka and Charlotte. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Actually, you know what? I completely agree with you.
And I think because they're gonna have to figure out a way for Charlotte to challenge for the Raw Women's Championship. Mm-hmm. So I think that
and so this could be a breakdown right then and there.
Yeah.
And okay, yeah.
And I need a women's tag team division. I don't need a tag team division full of singles competitors that got together at random for no reason.
Okay.
Like I need, what's weird is on this last Raw, Charlotte had that match with Shayna Baszler, and Nia Jax came in and got everybody disqualified.
Yeah.
And they started mugging Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose came out to help Charlotte. But Asuka, her tag team partner, did not.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Your line of sight seems accurate.
It's good line of sight, I think.
So I'm going to agree with that. So we're both going for the same there. All right. Let's do Women's Royal Rumble first here. First choice winner and second choice winner. Not second place, but
yeah.
If we get the first choice right, we get 2 points. If our second choice wins it, then we get 1 point.
Single uno point. I picked first last.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm going to go first choice. First choice, I think. See, I'm nervous with the way they're doing this. I think the safe choice is Bianca Belair.
I concur.
So I'm gonna say that for my first, but for my second, I'm gonna say Alexa Bliss, because I just think maybe they're gonna go that direction. We kind of talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah, we agree on one of those.
Okay.
Because I do believe that Bianca Belair is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she deserves to. I think now is the time. Oh, yeah, I might want to change mine.
Did you see
I'll let you do yours first here.
SmackDown? Was it last night? Actually, it was SmackDown 2 weeks ago. And Bayley and Bianca Belair did the thing.
I loved it.
Bianca Belair is strong for a human being.
She picked up Otis.
Like Bayley had a problem getting Chad Gable across, and Bianca Belair gingerly walked Otis across.
Yeah, that was my favorite segment so far of the year.
I've never even began to think about squatting that much.
So who's your second choice?
My second choice.
If you pick who, I might change mine to, then I won't change mine. But if you don't, I think I'm going to change my second choice.
I'm down to 2. I think it's going to be. So right now I'm between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley.
I really hope they don't do Charlotte.
I hope they don't, but
especially because you laid out there is a path for her challenging for the Raw Women's title already. They can make that happen without her winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna go with Charlotte.
Charlotte? Okay.
Yeah.
That's I was gonna change my second one to Rhea Ripley. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because
I have a strong feeling Rhea Ripley will win.
Yeah. It would be good. I'd be happy with either one of those, Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley. I think it would be cool if, and this is the only reason, and it was brought into my mind just as you were talking about Charlotte having that role to get the WWE Championship, the Women's Raw Championship, is if she does that at Fastlane and wins it at Fastlane, and Rhea Ripley wins the Royal Rumble, it'll be the reverse situation from last year. Take it back.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's where I'm going to go there. Men's Royal Rumble. You get to pick first.
Men's Royal Rumble. My first pick is going to be Edge.
Edge, really?
I think Edge is going to win.
Really? They did play that really heartfelt promo.
Yeah, I think
him.
that he's only got so many. I think he's got one more Mania in him.
You think so? Just one?
I don't think he's going to do another one unless he comes back at Dallas and does like a full crowd. But I think he's got one, maybe two in him, and I think that them playing the, take back what I never lost.
That did. They're not making it easy to decide who's the winner this year.
Yeah.
Or even who you want to win.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Edge.
Okay.
Now they haven't said who's gonna be 1 and 2 and 30, right?
And they're not going to do the 30 anymore.
They're not doing the 30.
They went back. They're not going to, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah, good.
But it also informs my decision too. But who's your second place choice?
My second place choice is Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. Okay. So I will say my second place choice is also Daniel Bryan. But my first place choice, and it is informed by their decision, to not release who the number 30 entrant is Brock Lesnar. I think they're going to do it to us again.
I just don't even want to put that out into the universe. I know it's out there already.
I think they're going to do it to us.
Am I too close to this microphone?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
And I don't hate the idea if it goes down like this. Forget him going after Drew McIntyre for the rematch. Mm-hmm. Instead, go after Roman Reigns and beat the snot out of him.
Okay.
Because then people will like Brock Lesnar again.
It's but who does Heyman side with on that?
That's also could be a brilliant part of the storyline.
They have to compete for Paul Heyman.
Something like that.
They have to compete for Paul Heyman's
or he just can't decide who he's going to help, or it could be a whole huge thing in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
He could be the heel turn that happens or face turn that happens in the match. It could be good.
That is
if it happens. Thought. So I don't know. The odds are not in my favor that it's going to be Brock Lesnar. I think Daniel Bryan is a safe second bet. I don't think it's going to be Nakamura. I know that was kind of like
people had thrown that out
there thing, and apparently it's gone downhill when it comes to people's thoughts. So I don't want to make Brock my surprise entrant lock. That's our next choice.
Yeah.
But you get to pick first. So.
Surprise entrant lock. I under no circumstances think he's gonna win. But Amos.
Who?
AJ Styles' bodyguard.
Oh,
he's a wrestler.
Yeah. Is that how you spell his name? Like in the Bible?
It's Amos or Amos?
Amos.
I don't actually know.
I don't know how you spell it, but we'll know who that is.
My favorite thing they've done with him so far is when he said something to Matt Riddle, and AJ Styles goes, "You speak English? Why didn't you ever tell me that?" He's like, "Well, you never asked."
It's also kind of racist. So.
It was a little bit racist. I was like, "Well, you never asked me."
So I have just only one person that I think everybody wants to see in the Royal Rumble.
Who is it?
And his name is John Cena!
No, I don't want to see John Cena in the Royal Rumble, but people will. But people will pop. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be John Cena. I think we're going to see him in there. I think he'll get thrown out and he won't win, but I think they're going to push to
I definitely
make it.
had like a thought that John Cena would come in.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah.
All right, last one, last prediction. Does the Fiend we're assuming because he was supposed to have a match. This was supposed to be a Fiend versus Orton Firefly Funhouse match, just like the John Cena one at WrestleMania. That's already been like released. That was originally in the plan.
Was gonna happen.
Now that has been apparently pushed back. Maybe not till WrestleMania, but they might do a Hell in the Cell or Elimination Chamber or something here between there.
Can deal with that.
Not Hell in the Cell, yeah, Elimination Chamber. So we're thinking he either doesn't make an appearance at all. He makes a virtual appearance by way of either Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse on the screen, or just like the lights and the music and the "Let Me In" thing in the background, but you never actually see him, or you actually see him in person, either as a Fiend or Bray Wyatt will count either. But we're assuming it'll be the Fiend with a slightly burned mask.
Something to that effect.
So those are the three choices: no appearance, virtual appearance, or in-person appearance. Gosh, I really want to see an in-person appearance. And here's my thought that they can pull off right now without a live audience. And it would be ridiculous and stupid, but I would love it.
Okay.
They're in the middle of the Royal Rumble. There's 27 people in the ring already. Randy Orton's in there fighting.
Yeah.
Suddenly all the lights go out, bomb on the whole scary thing. All of them are like, stop fighting and are looking around. Lights go out completely. Lights come back on, and it's just Randy Orton and the Fiend in the ring. And the Fiend beats him up, throws him over the top rope. Lights go back out again, and everybody else is back in the ring, and Orton's outside on the ground, and he's disqualified.
Oh.
I think it would be fun because they can't do that normally because there's no way you could get rid of 27 people like that without the camera trick thing.
That would be amazing.
So I'm going to
That idea
say...
is better than my idea.
What's your idea?
My idea, I was thinking like maybe this will happen, and as I'm thinking through it right now, I definitely know it won't happen. But I want him to do like a dude love thing. And, like,
Come in as
he
Bray
comes in as Bray Wyatt, gets eliminated. Comes in as the Fiend, gets eliminated. I also want him to come in as Husky Harris, like the army tank with a Ferrari engine, baby.
Or you could just do...
You could just do.
You
Bray,
could do
you could do Eater of Worlds.
Either World's Bray,
Firefly
Funhouse Bray, and the Fiend.
Kind
It
of
would
an
also
evolution.
be fun. That would be fun. I remember I was watching that one pay-per-view
Yeah.
where Mick Foley came out as all three, and I lost it every
best.
single time.
The
I'm like,
best.
yeah, what is happening? This is great.
The best. I think he's gonna make an in-ring appearance.
Yeah, okay. So we're both going to say in person.
But I think only to mess with Randy Orton.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't imagine they do anything else. But they got to do, I feel like they have to do something. They have to do something to carry the story forward in this big way. Because Orton's, out there saying he's going to win the Royal Rumble. And so, obviously, of course, only one person can win, and there needs to be a reason why.
Yeah.
There needs to be a reason that kind of saves Orton's face a little bit. Like he doesn't get thrown out by Xavier Woods,
Bo Dallas or something.
but still gets him eliminated. Yeah. Okay. So let's recap real quick. John says that Kevin Owens is going to win. Drew McIntyre is going to win. Jax and Shayna.
So here's why I never explained why I thought Kevin Owens should win. First of all, I think it's his time. They're doing.
Oh,
this
absolutely.
They're doing the whole "it's the last time" thing. Mm-hmm. What I imagined happening, which again, I know that I think of crazy storylines that the executives at WWE do not think of, but my thought was Kevin Owens wins, and then they announce who the number 30 entrant's going to be. And then when that guy actually comes out, Jimmy Uso comes out, super kicks him, and Roman Reigns takes his place and wins the Royal Rumble.
That would be fun too.
It'd be amazing.
And that would be the right kind of way to have Roman Reigns come in at 30 and win the Royal Rumble.
Yes, sir.
Because he's supposed to be booed.
If that happens, I win the belt. That's just...
After we talked on the podcast, I went back to YouTube and just watched all the collections of the people reacting to that. Number 30. Who's it going to be? Come on, Kurt Angle. Come on, Edge. Come on, blah, blah, blah. Bum. Oh, how could they do it again?
They were so upset. They were so mad.
All right, so sorry. Complete recap.
Okay.
John is going for Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Jackson Baszler. Royal Rumble men's, he picks Edge to win with a backup as Daniel Bryan. And then women's, Bianca Belair to win with Charlotte as a backup. You think Amos will be a surprise entrant. The Fiend will appear in person somewhere in the pay-per-view, and The Miz will cash in the Money in the Bank. I think Roman is going to win. Goldberg is going to win. I also agree Jackson Baszler. My top two men's Royal Rumble winners could be Brock Lesnar in the first place choice. Daniel Bryan possibly is the second place choice. For the women's, Bianca Belair as well. And then my backup is Rhea Ripley. Is it Rhea or Rhea?
I think it's Rhea.
Rhea Ripley. Surprise entrant, I really do think it'll be John Cena. The Fiend, yes, in person. Miz, yes, cashing in the Money in the Bank. So we have several that are the same, but plenty that are different. So one of us is going to win this belt, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to winning it.
And I feel like I might be taking risks on a lot of these, but
I mean, if you're not taking risks, what's the point?
all right, guys. So those were our predictions. Thank you for watching along with us. And speaking of watching along with us, tomorrow, it's all right down here in the thing. Tomorrow, twitch.tv/lovethynerd, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be going live from John's house. We'll be watching it. You'll hear his baby crying in the background. It'll be great. We're going to eat pizza on camera. We're going to talk to you on Twitch. It's going to be a blast. And we'll react along with each other.
Be sure and talk to us on Twitch.
That's the only reason we're doing this, because we want to interact with you guys. So we're gonna have a good old time. We hope you'll join in with us.
I haven't had pizza or Dr. Pepper all year.
Really?
Really?
You've made it a whole 30 days.
I don't remember yeah, I'm doing the whole 30 diet. That's what it is.
Pizza Hut is doing a new Detroit style pizza.
What does Detroit know about pizza? What's it
I
gonna
don't
have?
know, but it looks
have
different.
A gun under one of the pepperonis?
I don't know. But
Does Eminem wrap your pizza order?
Just a normal pizza with Eminem's face
Lose control with the pizza.
made out of pepperonis.
For ya. Anyway, we do a whole bit on that. But yeah, tune in, hang out with us. We want to hang out with you, talk to us.
I'm building all the lyrics in my head. Nope, sorry, we're not going to do this. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Join us. We'll recap our predictions, the half hour leading into the main event. It'll be during the kickoff show, which nobody wants to watch anyway. So
But we'll be there.
the one thing that is happening that we're not putting in our predictions is in the kickoff show, Tamina and the Heart girl.
Natalia.
Goodness, how can I remember her name? Natalia and Tamina are wrestling to determine who will be the number 30 entrant in the women's.
Oh.
So we already know that the number 30 entrant in the women's Royal Rumble will have no bearing on who wins the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. because we just can't help ourselves but bury Natalia.
And nobody meaner than Tamina.
John Cena, play us out.
And his name is John Cena.
I wish it went on longer.
Ba-ba.